Hey, Oettie. Really excited to have you on board. Really excited to get started with this finally. Welcome. So, this is just going to be a bit of an overview as to this first month and what it's all about, and just some key principles that I would like you to keep in mind moving forward about each of the different parts of this. So, your nutrition, your exercise, and your daily activity level. So, this first month, normally the first few weeks, but especially the first month, really is all about finding your feet. Because we want this to be something that is implemented into your life for a long period of time, this whole process is going to be about finding what works for you so that you can, fit the nutrition and the exercise and the movement into your life, not just here's a quick sort of 6 weeks and 8 weeks and that you have to focus on and you have to forget about your life. So this first month is literally just about trying things out and seeing how implementing this new stuff into your life fits. It's also about finding what you maybe struggle with. It is entirely possible that you are absolutely fine and that you're able to sort of follow things and you have no issues. That's great. But it is also entirely possible that there will be certain things that start to pop up, things that you struggle with, whether that be just things that you aren't able to do or whether that's like more mindset based stuff. And the great thing about one-to-one online coaching is that when these little things come up, we can then, sit down with the check-ins and go, cool, what is the solution? Or is there something that we can work through? Is there an alternative so that we can still get you the result that you want? As for the other stuff, sort of the surface level stuff, so activity, nutrition, exercise, your workouts will be delivered via the app, as will your daily habits. Now, it's your daily habits that we really want to focus on because those are the things that drive us towards your goal. I will put those in the app. You'll see them come up on your sort of dashboard and you can check them off. Now, some people like having those things to check off daily, and other people find that a little bit stressful. So let me know if that ever becomes overwhelming and a bit too much for you, or whether you really like it, because then I can adjust appropriately. If you find it really useful and you like having those tasks to check off, then I'll keep them in and I'll put them in. But if it becomes a bit overwhelming, then we want to take those out, because if it's having a negative effect on you doing them, then obviously we don't want it in there. So that stuff will be delivered via the app. You will also have a nutrition target in your app, but you'll also find that there is another one in Notion. Now, the one that we want to go with is the one in Notion because it's more of a range. And the reason we do this is because we don't want to get really hyper fixated on a specific number daily. Our lives fluctuate. We have days where we're maybe not so hungry and days where we're a bit hungrier, or we, go out, so we want to have a little bit of a buffer. Also, there's no accurate way of actually measuring how much we eat in terms of calories. And this is because nutritional labels can be anywhere from around sort of 20% inaccurate. So there is no completely accurate way of making sure that we're hitting a very specific number. So that's why we use a range instead. So that, again, if you have those days where you maybe want to eat a little bit less because you're like, actually, I feel fine, then we can do that. The important thing to note is to make sure that you don't undereat too much and that you're not specifically restricting, because that is what leads us to end up overeating in future. That's why the range is sort of 10 to 20% around our target calories. Daily activity. You're someone who has a sort of sensible amount of activity level per week, but because our goal is fat loss right now, we just want to bump that up a little. Similarly with the nutrition, we want to look at the activity levels as being a weekly average or a weekly total, as opposed to a daily one as well. That's the other important thing. we want to make sure that we don't get so caught up on what we're doing in one day and start to stress and worry that we weren't able to hit a target or something like that, that we forget that it's actually bigger picture. Your results are the result. Your progress is the result of your actions over the weeks and months rather than a specific day. So, for example, if you have a day where you're maybe less active because, you're super busy with work or something, then instead of stressing and thinking, oh, I've failed to do my 10,000 steps a day, then you can just do more another day, or, do a few more for a few other days to kind of bump that number up. It's that flexibility with both our nutrition and our activity levels that means that we are able to sustain this long term. Again, rather than getting very caught up on specifics and stressing out that for one day we haven't managed to hit a very specific number. And that's it on that side of things. As you've noticed, there are two main places for all of your information. There's the app, which is where the stuff will be delivered to you, so the workouts, and also the place where you can track everything. And the Notion dashboard is more for the information side of things. So when we get into it, it may be that I provide you with some journal prompts for you to sit and work through some things, something that I'm probably quite sure that you've experienced anyway, and as a place for you to just jot notes, ask questions, just throw stuff on. If you just want to track, if you want to write an entry for yourself because you feel like writing something to yourself, something that you've realized or a thought that you've had, then please feel free. It's your notepad for you to do as what you wish. If you've got anything that you want to draw my attention to, so a question or a thing, just do the @ symbol and then start typing my name and tag me in it, and I will get a notification. It's our place that we can jot notes, discuss things, and work through things together. And then when you go away, you will end up having this kind of central place that is not only a place where you can look back and see your progress and you've written notes, but it's also a location that has resources and things for you to, take away and help in future. And also, if you've got any questions, any thoughts or ideas, like I say, please write it in there, and I'm more than happy to write a response or write a little article about it or something. So yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's it for now. I'm going to leave it there just because I wanted this to be a bit more succinct. Like I say, just giving you an idea as to where we're going with this first month. I know that you probably understand that this is the way that I work anyway, but it's worth reiterating. Please don't stress about being perfect. This is when we're implementing something new into our life, it takes a while. It's like practicing anything. The more we practice it, the better we get at it. And I promise you that if you stay the course, in months and years' time, this will all become second nature. And that's the great thing about this. Some of the small things may seem somewhat insignificant at first, but the knock-on effect that they can have to the rest of our life is almost beyond measure. So I'm really excited to get started. If you've got any questions, please feel free to throw them my way. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to having you get going and doing your first workout. Let me know how that goes, by the way. Really excited to know how you get on with the strength training aspect. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we will speak soon. Bye bye.